Hello everyone, welcome back to this module. In this module, we will be talking about the hands-on labs. So firstly, I'll show you that how you can create the virtual machine step by step. Okay. So what you have to go in that virtual machine first, right? And here you can see there is no virtual machine as of now. So what we will do, we have to click on this create button, right? Once you will click on this create button, there is virtual machine. VMSs, if you want something where you want to scale the size, right? So for that you can use the virtual machine scale set, presets and hybrid configurations, but we want virtual machine, so let's click on virtual machine first. So once you clicked on virtual machine, it will ask you the details. The subscription is pay as you go, right? You can see here, and here the estimated monthly cost you can see, right? Now you have to choose your resource group, right? Here what I will choose, I'll choose the AZ900 lab, okay? Or else if you want, you can create the new one as well, the resource group basically, right? Now the virtual machine name, I'll give the machine name as VM1 hands-on lab, right? So this is our first machine. The reason you can select, right, as I discussed earlier, your costing is also depends on these things. If you will see the Canada Central, these costing will definitely going to change. You can see there are some rupees has been changed, correct? And similarly, but I want in Central India, so I'll go with Central India here. Okay, now the availability zone is also is one of the things. If you want availability zone, virtual machine skill set or availability set, I'll go with the availability zone, right? You can choose up to 3 availability zone, 1 VM per zone, right? And we already have talked about all these zones. If you have checked maybe the second or third module, I believe. Okay, now the availability zone is Zone 1 here. You can choose any one of them. Security type is your trusted launch virtual machines. You can go to the basics as well. If you want, you can go with the confidential virtual machine as well. If you will click on this standard, then the image is coming these standards, right? But I want the trusted launch virtual machines, right? So I'll go with one of the, let's say, let's take an example of this Windows Server, right? 2025 data center. I will be going with this. Now I want some discount, right? So I'll run with this. I'll click it, and you can see I got a lot of discount here, 3,850, right? So my monthly estimated cost as of now is 3,850. Eviction, this is the eviction policy, stop or deallocate. I just want this one. Size, you can decide if you want 8 GB memory or whatever. You can click on this or see all sizes. So once you will click on this see all sizes, you can choose any one of them, right? But for me, it doesn't matter as of now. I'll go with 8 GB RAM. That's enough for me. It's $0.03641 per hour, right? Now, username, you can give the username of your account. So I'll give the username as let's say virtual machine 1, right? So this is my virtual machine, and I'll give the password here. So I have given the password as well. Okay, it is asking it should be between 12 to 123 character long. So what I'll do, I'll right. So now here, as this is the Windows one, right? So you allowed only the selected ports RDP3389. Rest of them you can block it, right? Public inbound ports, if you will click on none, then it will select anything, right? But you have to allow the only ports 3389. So because we will require to access this VM. And that's it. If you want save up to 49% with the license you already own using Azure Hybrid, would you like to use an existing Windows Server license? You can click on yes if you want, right? But I'm not clicking on yes. I don't want those things as of now. Now next you have to click on this next disk. As of now our costing is 3850, right? But if you will click on this, it will be something 2880. So you can decide yourself. If you want to go with this one, you can go, correct? Now let me click on next disk. See, here is the encryption at host. If you want encryption at host, you can choose it. You can subscribe it, right? Then only you will have the option to encrypt at host. Basically your disk is going to encrypt here. This is the same as when your hard disk, right? Your hard disk in the laptop has been encrypted with different type of softwares, right? So that's what exactly it is. OS disk, the size you can choose. I'll go with something 256 GB. I don't require much things, right? Based on these disk size, your costing will all definitely going to affect. OS disk type, you can choose the premium, standard SSD, right? So I'll go with the standard SSD as of now. You can see, right? Because the costing will definitely, if you will choose the premium one, the costing will automatically going to affect. So I'll go with the standard SSD. Okay, this I'll check it because if I will delete the VM, I want this disk also being deleted. So this means that delete with VM means once you will delete the VM, this disk is also going to delete. If you don't want, you can uncheck it, right? But I want it. Okay, so the key management, you can choose the by default one. Enable ultra disk compatibility, you can choose if you want, right? Now that's it. If there is a some other things, if you have already a disk, right? If you already have a not a physical disk here, I'm talking about these type of disk, right? So you can attach those disk here, sorry, right? Now in the advanced option there is not much things, right? Let's go in the next networking. So in the network interface, you can see the virtual network, right? The virtual network, this one will be automatically created. Else you can create the new one as well if you want. The subnet, if there is already, already built, if there is already network, then you can just choose that one as well. The subnet is automatically this /24. Okay. The public IP, if you want, you can take it, else you can click on none, right? If you want the public IP for this VM, you can choose this on live IP, else you can click on none. So once you will click on this none, it means you will get only the internal IP. Now such type of VMs we generally use for AD, that is the Active Directory or domain control, which should be only internal, right? But this is a normal VM which I want, so I want a public IP here, right? The NIC network security group, you can click on this advanced and you can configure it whatever you want, right? So I'll go with the basic one. The public inbound ports is RDP 3389, right? Delete public IP and NIC when VM is deleted. Yes, I want these NIC and public IP should be deleted when I delete this VM. If you want, you can uncheck it. That's not an issue. This totally depends on your use case. Now at the last one, the load balancing, if there is some load balancer or there's something application gateway, you can choose it from here, right? For me, as of now, I'm not choosing anything. So click on next management. Now under the management, you can see the Microsoft Defender for Cloud, right? The identity, enter ID. If you want, you can just click on this. If you want, if this VM should be login with the Microsoft Enter ID, then you should click on this login with Microsoft Enter ID, right? But I don't want as of now, right? So auto shutdown, enable auto shutdown, you can choose it, right? So once you will click on this auto shutdown, it means you are scheduling it, right? You are scheduling the time. Let's say I want this VM should be shut down at 9 p.m. okay, UTC every day, right? So this will give me the notification as well, right? During that period, if you want that enable backup, you can enable the backup as well from here, correct? So that's how you can do it. All those things are not necessary, but if it depends on your organization, you should do it, right? This auto shutdown, I'm just choosing it at 9 p.m. then it will automatically shut down. Backup, you should enable the backup from my perspective. Site recovery, you should check it on if it is very important VM. The guest OS updates, enable periodic assessment, right? All these things you can do. And the next one will do the next monitoring. So alerts, enable recommended alerts. If you click on it, you can configure the alerts from here, right? Whatever the alerts, for example, if the percentage of CPU is greater than 80% or available memory bytes is less than 1 GB, all these things you can create these alerts, right? And for these things, you will get a charge monthly 58 rupees here, correct? So that's a very small amount, but this is going to help you, because if CPU is going to be greater than 80%, that shows some suspicious things, some having very high bandwidth on that particular VM basically, right? So these things you can do. Now coming back, so these things you can do. I'm not doing here as of now, okay, but you can do, you can configure it from here. Okay, the next thing, nothing, enable application health monitoring. If you want to monitor the health, you can just click on this. You should monitor it, right? Enable OS guest diagnostics, you can do, you can go with this one as well. This totally depends on your use case. I don't have any use case as of now because it's a lab. I'm just showing you all the options here. Click on next advanced. Now whatever the extension, if you want to install some of the extension, you can just click on this select extension, and whatever the extension you want, you can just directly install for that VM, right? Similarly, if there is any VM application, if you want to install, you can install that too, right? So you can search the VM application. If you do have any kind of application, right, you can search from here. You will get the details here if you have any in your organization basically. So enable user data, performance, host group, if you want to keep it in some host group, right? That's it. The next one is tags. So let's say this is something related to security, right? So I'll just write the infosec, right? Infosec team, right? That's very simple. Or some of the value, if you want to give infosec, let's say if there is 2 to 3 teams, right? So you can write IR team, right? Infosec IR team. This belongs VM belongs to IR team. You will click on review and create. In this review and create, you can see all these details here. Okay, the pricing you can see, it's 0.0364. As of now it's coming 5,000 monthly, and the services is pay as you go. Virtual machine name is VM1 hands-on lab. Okay, this is the name of the machine, right? Not the username. Username is different, correct? I'll show the username if it is showing here. Okay, it is not showing here, but you can again go in the basics, and this is your virtual machine one. This is the username, right? Now let's again go to review and create. And that's it, right? The validation has been passed and you are good to create it, right? Also, if you want all these, you can see these things, the co-pilot, you can get the help from here as well, right? I'm not showing you because it's a basic one. Once you will click on it, you will get the results, whatever you want. As per your need, you can ask your questions there as well. So you can see the deployment is in progress, right? Meanwhile, let me open this portal.azure.com again. Now you can just click on this virtual machines. Here now you can see these are the virtual machines, right? Under now this virtual machine also you can do lot of stuffs. For example, the network settings, which is very important, right? So this is basically the NSG network security group, and you can see only the RDP is allowed, and for this also you can restrict from your IP only. This one thing you can do, and rest of the port is already closed. So for this RDP, you should this should be allowed only from your IP only, right? And when you will go above, you can see the public IP address here. The private IP address is as well here, right? So thanks. If there is anything, guys, you can ask in the comment section. My team will definitely going to respond it. Thank you so much. Bye bye.